is Class D Section 7-10 Regional Final featuring the Parishville-Hopkinton Panthers and the Chazy Eagles. The lineup for the Parishville-Hopkinton Panthers: number 1, Brandon Thibodeau. Number 18, Tyler Lampier. Number 24, Jordan Bishaw. Number 25, David Ames. Number 5, Preston Frank. Number 16, Reed Donovan. Number 2, Donovan Tebow. Number 3, Nick King. Number 21, Isaac Colbert. Number 19, Fred Bavakla. Number 26, Kyle Strader. Number 4, Pat Paul. Number 22, Brock Waite. Number 19, Anthony Polano. Number 16, Charlie Anderson. Number 27, Connor Sullivan. Number 18, Kyle LaVue. Number 15, Ryan Snyder. And now for the starters for the Panthers. Number 8, Philip Huckins. Number 6, Franklin Polano. Number 9, Tyler Gallagher. Number 10, Brian Dicknell. Number 14, Zachary Newton. Number 11, Chase Donovan. Number 7, Dustin Andrews. Number 12, Devin Tebow. In goal, Parker Mishaw. Number 17, John Condry. And number 13, Joey Jackott. The coaches for Parishville-Hopkinton Panthers, assistant coaches are Sean Spriggs and Mike Costanza, and the head coach is Tony Engstrom. And now for the lineup for the Chazy Eagles. Number 1, David Poitras. Number 2, Derek Drake. Number 3, Josh Peet. Number 10, Nelson Pelton. Number 15, Alex Rabideau. Number 17, Brett Giroux. Number 19, Cole Chasky. Number 21, Dylan Doran. Number 25, Alec Lapierre. Number 27, Justin Brothers. And number 28, Richard Pilon. Now for the starters for the Chazy Eagles. Number 5, Jordan Barrier. Number 6, Josh Barrier. Number 7, Hunter Domine. Number 8, Nolan Rogers. Number 9, Craig Botten. Number 12, Nathan Reynolds. Number 14, Alex Sweet. Number 16, Hayden Gay. Number 24, Brandon Lauren. Number 26, Michael Reba. And in goal, Austin Santor. The assistant coaches for the Chazy Eagles are Galen Trombley and Josh Bullish. And the head coach for the Chazy Eagles is Rob McAuliffe. Today's officials for today's game, the line judges are Gary Kaiser and Randy Mosher. The field judge is Mr. Barry Norton. If everybody would please remove their hats. One of those.
pledge.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Plattsburgh High School in beautiful downtown Plattsburgh. Today is November 12th. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a nice cool day, and we are here for the Northeast Regional Class D Boys Soccer Finals. In red on your left is the Parishville-Hopkinton Panthers. They are the winners of the Section 10 sectional game, and on your right is the Chazy Eagles, the Section 7 winners. This is a 7-10 game with the winner of this game will represent this region in the Final Four at Middletown, New York next weekend. Chazy takes the kickoff and has control of the ball, and that's Hayden Gay playing a ball to streaking Alex Sweet, who gets a nice cross in right off the bat, but it's too big for our post. Rogers controls the ball. Rogers plays the ball in, but it was put out by Parishville. Chazy with a very quick rush right off the bat there. Sweet with a very good cross. Rogers in a little too deep and worked good. Chazy does much better when they come out and get a quick win, and they're putting pressure on right off the bat. So the sweeper Nathan Reynolds comes up and will take this throw. His throw is just like a corner kick. Barrier tries to give that in. It comes right back out to Reynolds. Gets the cross in. Lauren, but it goes right to the goal. And it was offsides anyway. Mishaw brings the ball out to the offsides marker. And Parishville plays the ball up very quickly. Ball comes up, Reba up to head that ball, and Chazy controls with Jordan Barrier moving the ball up. He has his brother Josh there in the middle with him, and they've been quite a force in the midfield for Chazy this year. As Josh controls that ball, and Brandon Lauren working to get the ball, lost it, but Josh Barrier controls it. Jordan Barrier moves the ball up, a good hard shot through with Lauren coming in, but wasn't able to collect. So Chazy with very good quick pressure right here, 2 balls in the box almost immediately. And we are at 38-24 with Chazy with 2 shots on goal already. Sweet pedals backwards to get that, doesn't get it, and Gay plays the ball back up over top. Barrier boys looking to contain, but they need to talk a little more there as they didn't control this, and Hayden Gay plays the ball up. Number 13 comes in hard there, that's Joey Jacot on Lauren, and the ball goes off Domini, so number 13 Jacot will take this throw in.
Joey Jacot. Jacot's going to go back to Tebow.
Jacot goes back to Tebow, and Tebow plays the ball big up over the top with Reba waiting for that. He heads the ball forward. Number 11, Donovan goes in to control that, and it goes on the outside. The ball was outside, and so Chazy will take the throw in. That's Botten throws the ball into Rogers. Rogers controls and goes off Rogers, and it'll be a Parishville throw-in.
Turn back over to Parishville-Hopkinton. It's underway here, 2.5 minutes in.
Parishville with a nice big throw-in over the top. Botten goes over the top trying to control that and misses, and that's going to be a white throw.
Apparently last touch by Gallagher. Gallagher thought otherwise.
Dominic flicks the ball ahead, but nobody there, and Parishville just drives the ball out. So we are at the 36:58 mark with Chazy already pressuring with 2 goals. The ball goes in and Parishville heads that one out. Chazy having trouble getting control on these throw-ins. Botten throws the ball in again. He finds Domini. Domini touches and it goes out of bounds, unable to settle that ball.
Out of bounds. And it'll be Panthers ball coming out.
Parishville with a nice big throw. It's not just Reynolds that has the big throw. It's here. Rogers settles that ball and turns and tries to get the ball in the barrier. They couldn't control, and this ball is up to number 10, up to Bicknell.
Against Chazy, it'll be direct for the Panthers.
Barry Norton says that Chazy had a charge there, so the Panthers are going to take a kick here.
A little bit further back.
Randy Lozier, the linesman on the far side, says, "Nope, we got to move that one back," and so Tebow is going to take this kick.
Tebow, the run up on the ball.
Nice big kick in over the top there. Reba's working to try to get that ball out. Josh Berry goes up and heads that ball, and it was Lauren controls big. So we're into boot ball, and it's Rogers and Polano giving chase over there, and Chazy will control the throw. Botten again steps up to take this throw. Botten finds Rogers on the throw-in. Rogers is Norton calls the charge there as Polano gives him a little shot there, and Chazy's going to have a free kick on the far side.
This will be about 12-15 yards. Back from midfield along the right sideline.
Jordan Berry, the big midfielder, steps back to take this one, and Josh Berry flicks the ball over and finds Reynolds. Reynolds up from that sweeper position, plays another ball up to Sweet, and here we are again, folks, in the left corner. Sweet tries to cross that ball, but it was broke up by Parishville. Sweet comes in trying to win that ball. He wins it. Gay comes out with that ball, and it goes to Josh Berry. Josh Berry finds Jordan Berry, back to Josh Berry, but wasn't able to control. Sweet coming on. Sweet wins the ball. Conger wins the throw-in.
And Conger puts it just ahead of the
throws to Newton. Josh Berry flicks on to Hunter Domini. Hunter Domini is very fast, and this could be trouble. Domini and another guy mix it up there a little bit. Doesn't get his hips turned, and the ball goes out, and it's a goal kick for Parishville.
4.5 to go in the first half of play. Early pressure from the Chazy Eagles, but still no score.
Chazy's in the box now 3 times with Parishville and unable to convert, and we're about we're heading towards 6 minutes in here, and Chazy getting some good pressure in, but now this ball is going to be Conger picks up one of the state balls that is going to go to the Final Four, and he's going to use that, and away they go, and that's okay. Reba plays the ball forward, and
back toward midfield. It'll be cleared back to Tebow.
The ball's back to Tebow, and he has lots of time and swings it out there, and Roger steps up and takes control of that errant pass, and he plays the ball to Josh Berry. Barrier resets back to Botten. Botten works outside of Rogers. He's got space. He touches. He moves inside and was able to move that well. He finds Barrier. I'm sorry, Lauren. Lauren was unable to control that. I think he was hoping Josh Barrier would run onto that ball, and it just didn't work out that way.
Not unexpectedly.
Another throw up to Rogers. Off his head. He loses control, but it goes to Hunter Domini, and Domini is able to control there with an errant pass. Parishville takes control of that ball, and they play it up. And here comes number 11, Bisa.
Here for the Panthers, and worked out the play.
Donovan, very speedy guy over there, has a good tackle, and goes off Bicknell and goes out of bounds, and Chazy will have the throw in.
And out of bounds to a Chazy throw-in. A little bit further into Chazy territory go the Panthers. Still nothing remotely toward net as yet.
So here comes Josh Barrier with control, and he's trying to find Sweet over the top. Sweet runs on. Number 17, John Conger controls that ball, but it goes back to Chazy for control. And here's Hunter Domini trying to find. Oh, he tried to find Lauren, but Mishaw came out and was able to get control of that ball. Oh, Mishaw comes up, hobbled a little bit. Hopefully he's going to be okay. And he punts the ball out here to number 17, Conger. Conger has a light touch but loses control, and back to Hayden Gay. Hayden Gay finds Jordan Barrier. Barrier coming out to the left side, but he moves the ball back to the middle. Barrier still with control, looking for Nolan Rogers on the far side, but he wasn't able to get the through ball.
That's cut off by Polano. Back out toward midfield.
Ball goes out, and it'll be a Chazy throw.
Toward Chazy, and they're throwing.
Nolan Rogers throws the ball into Josh Barrier. Barrier back to Rogers. Rogers centers the ball. but that was an errant cross, and Conger comes in, and Sweet controls the ball for Chazy. Sweet puts the ball in hard, but no Chazy players there. It goes into a sea of red in the box there, and the ball's played out big, and Hayden Gay controls for Chazy.
Dropping quite a bit.
Hayden Gay finds Josh Barrier in the middle. Josh works to his brother Jordan and loses control there. And number 11, Donovan, played him off really hard. Here comes Gallagher. Gallagher is their star. Coming down the right side, number 9. He grabs a hold.
Going back over to Chazy with a quick throw-in.
Brandon Lauren controls that ball and turns.
Lauren moves towards
Lauren wins the throw in there. Oh, whoa. As Barry Norton says that went off the Chazy player, but the fans don't think Barry's right on that one.
Jacob with the throw-in from midfield.
Parishville takes the throw there, and we have some bodies go down, but he says play on. The ball played out wide. Here's Nolan Rogers trying to get on that ball and is unable. Number 7, Andrus is going to take the throw in for Parishville. Andrus looks to throw to his sweeper, but turns and actually throws the ball up the line, and he's looking for Gallagher on that side of the field now. Gallagher's moved to the far side, and it'll be a Chazy throw. Throw up to Domini. Domini controls. He moves the ball through, but again, it's a sea of red, and it's a big foot up. Rogers controls that errant rebound.
Just inside the
and he wasn't able to keep the ball in, so it'll be a Parishville throw. And we have 30 minutes and 22 seconds left. No score here in the Class D Boys Northeast Regional Soccer game, as Chazy and Parishville are still scoreless. Parishville continues to throw the ball in, and this might be the deepest they've been in so far.
Work it down the left sidelines now. A little bit further. Big run up ball, going to come inside on the throw-in.
4 guys go up for the ball, and
can't knock it down.
Lauren wins that ball, and he's able to head it to Domini. Domini pulls it back and slows it down a little bit, looking for some more runners. And there's nobody going for that ball. And finally, Lauren breaks out with number 13. Number 13 is Joey Jaycott. Jaycott continues to win that ball. And Barry Norton, our son, ref, calls a trip on Lauren, and that'll be a direct hit for Parishville. Parishville sends the ball up.
On the direct.
And that's a number 10, Bicknell, controlling the ball. Hayden Gay wins the ball.
Can't gather it in. Back to Conger.
Conger plays the ball up. Gallagher trying to get the ball, but it's cleared out by the Chazy defense. That's up to Hunter Domini. Domini controls.
Dustin Andrus and Hunter Domini.
Double sevens there working the ball, and nobody won that. And this is Josh Barrier controls this ball up to Lauren, but he wasn't able to find him. Lauren coming out to work on this ball now as Conger takes control of the ball.
Conger sweeps back for Jay got up the middle, and that's interesting.
Plays the ball, plays a through ball. Nearly had Lauren. Josh Barrier's controlling that ball again. Josh has space. Josh continues to work.
Josh Barrier gets it.
And Barry Norton says play on. And it's controlled by number 13, Jaycott.
Back out to midfield.
Reba tries to center that ball. He heads the ball back in again as the Barrier boys come together, and Conger gets a shot in the head there from Barrier, and so that's going to be a free kick for Parishville right here in the middle of the field.
Tebow will step up here, about 9 yards inside the midfield.
So Tebow is going to take this free kick. He's the big sweeper for Parishville, and he sends the ball in low and hard, and wasn't able to be controlled, and is knocked back out to midfield. And in the sevens again, Andrus and Domini give chase, and Botten controls the ball. Botten finds Josh Barrier. Hayden Gay trying to control that ball. He's in trouble with guys around him, and Sweet has to come in and control that one. Josh Barrier with control again, finds his brother Jordan. Jordan does not control that ball, and Hayden Gay has this ball, and Barry says play on with number 10 laying on the field. Barrier tries to find Sweet, and it goes back into Barrier. Lauren tries to reverse this as Reba lets the ball go through, back to Botten, and Chazy will re-sweat, playing that ball back to Reynolds. Reynolds out to Gay. Gay has lots of spaces. He's going to take advantage of that space that Parishville's left for him. He plays a big ball up to Sweet. Sweet plays the ball back to the middle to Lauren. Lauren trying to work through and was unable to as Newton steps up and controls him. Reba's way up on this guy and knocked the ball there. Oh, Chazy had a real opportunity there but wasn't able to control.
That was a dangerous opportunity there for sure. Up the middle of the
Hayden Gay comes inside a little bit and controls the ball for Chazy. He finds Jordan Barrier about to Josh Barrier. Josh Barrier continues to work the ball up and he's playing a corner ball for Nolan Rogers, but it doesn't get through.
That's going to be cleared to the sideline far side.
26:43 left in the first period, and it's a throw-in for Chazy. Ball is played to Hunter Dominy. Dominy and another player come together, and Barry Norton calls a charge on Hunter Dominy, who actually had control of that ball. And Parishville will get a direct kick there in their own end. Tebow wastes no time and plays the big ball back out, and it's headed back to Josh Barry. Jordan Barry now controls the ball. He's looking for Sweet, who's coming up this sideline again. Sweet goes in and makes a jump in, and Parishville just clears the ball out of bounds. Ball boy gets the ball to Hayden Gay, and we're gonna have subs for Chazy. Number 10 Pelton coming in for Sweet. Number 2 the freshman Derek Drake coming in for Rogers.
Along with Nelson Pelton, as we have now hit 15 minutes in.
Coach McCullough calls for Nathan Reynolds to bring that ball in. Again, this is just like a corner kick there, and the ball set in. Reba looking to settle this ball in, and he misplays it. There's a lot of bodies knocking around in there as Jordan Barrier puts a big ball up top in there. This could be trouble. Parishville actually headed that ball out, and that's a corner kick for Chazy. Earlier here today, the Chazy girls defeated Chattagay Bulldogs 2-1 in a tremendous game here for the Class D regional finals. The Chazy girls will be going to Cortland State next weekend to represent this region in the state final four. Barrier has a bit of a miss kick there, and here comes Hayden Gay at about 35 yards out. Finds Reba a little bit of a miss kick too, and a lot of bodies in here. And this is Reynolds. This could be trouble. Oh, Pelton puts a shot in, but there was a sear right in there with Nathan Reynolds coming in. There was a real opportunity for Chazy, but they didn't convert.
By Nathan Reynolds, he was closest to having a legit chance there for Chazy.
So Reynolds works his way back to his sweeper position as Parishville takes this goal kick. I'm still stuck on that girls game with the Chattagay girls there. Ball comes up. Bicknell tries to hit it and maintain control, but they couldn't. Pelton takes the throw in. Throw in to Lauren. Goes off number 14 Newton, and Bicknell controls, but Josh Barrier steps in on him. Gallagher has speed. And here comes Reynolds, who controls that ball.
Sweep over here and beat it back.
They call him Mr. Cool, and you can see why. He maintains control and controls that ball. Hawkins plays that ball outside, and Derek Drake works on Polano.
Will drop it back.
Oh, and here comes Hunter Dominy with a chance. There was a missed kick there, and very nice tackle there as the ball goes out. Tebow comes up and saves him that time as Hunter Dominy was on a potential breakaway.
Tebow seems to be on his game here in the early going, and that's a good thing. Chazy continues to...
Botten with a throw-in. Looking for Dominy, who wasn't able to get that ball, and the Panthers control that throw-in. Josh Barrier steps in on Gallagher and takes the ball away. Nelson Pelton controls the ball. Pelton loses control, and it's back into the Chazy defense for Hayden Gay. Gay controls the ball, and he's got his head up and looking for someone to pass to, and he looks for Hunter Dominy. Dominy controls. Plays it through on Polano, and it'll go out of bounds on it, and Chazy will have a throw-in. We're 23 minutes left in the first half with no score here as Parishville and Chazy have battled to a 0-0 tie thus far. The ball has gone deep in the corner, and Hunter Dominy is called for a push as he tries to elbow his way through the defender there, and that didn't work out so well, so Parishville will have a free kick from that end.
Red kick for Parishville-Hopkinton with 22:45 to go before halftime. couple shots on goal here for Chazy.
Parishville, they got some big legs there in the back. They've played some big balls up through, and Parishville is on a bit of a breakaway here with Hayden Gay steps in and breaks that up, but Polano steps in and sends that ball forward. Gallagher is open out here on the outside, and he's got Botten on him right now. Botten works hard to stop that little charge. Parishville-Hopkinton is going to have a throw in deep in the other end as
Reed Donovan coming in as the first sub.
Reed Donovan is going to come in, and that's number 17 that's coming off John Conger.
Conger will take a rest here. Conger with one of the 3 goals.
Parishville-Hopkinton taking their throw in. That's a big throw, too. That looked like a Reynolds throw that we're used to seeing here in the Chazy region. That was a tremendous throw in, and Parishville continues to pressure as Pelton clears the ball out, and 13 is Jaycott that controls that ball and sends it back up inside the box, but Gay was able to control that ball, and Josh Berry just sends the ball out of the way, and Tebow was pointing for Mishaw to come up and take control of that ball.
And send a punt downfield. Mishaw's going to come up a little short of midfield on this one. It'll be advanced.
Gallagher controlling that ball, but Reba steps in and tries to take it away. Uh-oh.
Here on the left side. Sweet back.
Oh, there's a trip there, and that was a called trip on Polano that Reynolds had control of that ball and was taken out. Mr. Norton saying you got to move that ball a little bit there, Nathan, and so Nathan will take the ball back another 5 yards or so. And
with a sweet move and ends up drawing.
So Reynolds will take the free kick for Chazy as we are at 21 minutes left in this first half of this game, and we are at Chazy 0, Parishville 0 with Lauren. Lauren didn't control that ball very well.
It's going to be too far.
And Reynolds lets it goes to let Santor control that. Santor takes the punt. Austin's been working on those punts all year, and he has a nice one out over midfield, and it seems to get over, and again, Parishville steps up and takes that, but weren't able to control, and Jordan Barrier's taking off the ball hard there. Bicknell, and they called the trip, and he was going to let him play on, but when Chazy wasn't able to control, then Mr. Norton steps up and said, no, that's a Chazy kick. So this is a fairly decent opportunity as we're about 45 yards out with Chazy's Jordan Barrier taking this kick.
Look for
Barrier sends the ball into the box. There's a lot of bodies there, and it's still bouncing around. Pelton heads the ball forward, and Parishville is forced to head that ball out, and that will be another Chazy corner kick. This will be the second corner kick for the Eagles, and the first one was rather dangerous. There was a lot of scramble there in the box, and Reynolds almost was able to get one there. So 19:45 here, and we're waiting for Jordan Barrier to get over there to take this kick.
Jordan wears number 5, Josh number 6. Jordan will settle the ball left corner. This will be wind aided. Let's see what kind of action he can get on this.
Barrier sends the ball in. He did get his foot up on this one this time.
Headed.
Parishville is able to take that, and Polano is able to clear the ball out of the box. Hayden Gay goes back to midfield and controls. He settles and takes his time, gets his head up to see what he has, and he finds Jordan Barrier over the top. That was headed out by number 13, Jaycott. It'll be a Chazy throw-in. Coach McAuliffe calls for Reynolds to come up to take this one, even though we're still about 30 yards out. Nathan Reynolds has that huge throw, and he's able to do quite a bit with this throw. Reynolds puts the big throw into the box again. This one could be dangerous. Comes out. Reba sends this one in. It goes over the end line, and that'll be a Parishville-Hopkinton goal kick. Reba got his knee on it. He wasn't able to really turn and put one on net there. 18:35 in the first half, no score. Parishville plays the ball out, a low hard one out to the fullback here, who's played the ball out to 14 out to Newton. Parishville unable to maintain control, and a big ball up over by Hayden Gay. Number 8, Huckins plays that ball outside, and he's able to maintain control on the other side, beating Lauren. Lauren tries to step in and take control. There goes off Josh Barrier, and Parishville will have a throw here at midfield. Parishville-Hopkinton, number 13, Joey Jaycott comes up and throws the ball. I've been saying his name quite a bit, and there's Gallagher trying to control. Gallagher's the guy with the golden foot for the Panthers here, and he's giving chase to Lauren.
Lauren, full head of steam.
Lauren still maintains the ball and was able to ride him off. That was Jordan Barrier back to Lauren, but wasn't able to control, and here's Josh Barrier who's going to control this at midfield. Barrier's trying to send the ball in, but lost control. Craig Botten trying to get control of that ball and was able to control, and he calls Gallagher for a hold there as he and Botten were scrambling a little bit there.
Trying to work inside on him, get the ball.
So 45 yards out, Jordan Barrier is going to try to send one in and see if he can, everybody's at the 18 there and see what we can do. The ball's in,
To the 18.
and that one squirts through.
To the end line.
Pelton tried to save that ball, and he says, Barry Norton says that's a goal kick.
Chopped at that ball, but across the end line it'll go for another Panthers goal kick.
Tebow takes this.
Tebow's looking up the middle.
Tebow puts a big ball in way to midfield. That's a tremendous goal kick. Bicknell tries to play the ball over, and Pelton's there and gets run over by number 16. And Mr. Norton says, no, that's a push on Reed Donovan.
Got there first.
Barrier comes over to Jordan Barrier comes over to take this kick, and he asks the side judge for this young man to step back a couple of steps for a 10-yard kick.
Jordan Barrier to take the direct kick.
Barrier takes the ball from midfield and he puts it into the mixer there. And it's through, but nobody was home, and that will be a goal kick.
Panthers goal kick.
Derek Drake was giving chase on that one, but he wasn't quite able to get there.
In the first half. No score between Parishville-Hopkinton and Chazy.
Well, so far, Kelvin, I'd say Chazy's had the better of the play. There's been one ball down here that Austin Santor had to pick up, and they've had some good pressure on him here. And Parishville-Hopkinton plays that out to Jaycott, trying to spread the field a little bit. As Reba plays this big ball back up over top, it looks like Lauren's going to get his head on this, and Dominique's able to settle the ball, and Parishville's raising their hand looking for a handball, but it isn't going to happen as Josh Barrier sends in a hard shot, and Mishaw makes a great save. Josh Barrier sending a good hard shot, heading left post, but Mishaw makes a phenomenal diving save. Here comes Mr. Cole, Nathan Reynolds up to take the throw. This again is just like a corner kick for Chazy with Reynolds' ability to throw this ball.
Straight up center, maybe a little bit toward his left in the goal mouth.
I think if Mishaw hadn't gotten to that one, that would have been the one Chazy were looking for. Parishville clears that ball, but
will work the ball outside the 18.
Reba sends one in, but it's right at Mishaw, and he's able to save that. Tally another shot for Chazy.
As his fourth stop on his mini.
So at the 15-minute mark, Chazy putting some serious pressure on Parishville-Hopkinton, and they were able to survive that one as the ball comes out of bounds, and it'll be another Chazy throw-in. Hayden Gay steps to the line to take this throw.
Ball with a throw in here for Gay.
Gay puts the ball over the top looking for Hunter Domini, but it was headed by number 8 Huckins.
Out of bounds to.
And Chazy will have another throw, and again they'll bring Reynolds up. This one this deep in here.
Just tossed one from the spot just a couple moments ago.
So Reynolds looking to put the ball back in the box here, and hopefully in the mixer we can get the ball on the ground here and maybe turn and sneak one in on Parishville here.
Almost as good as a corner kick. He's throwing from
ball's deep in the box this time.
6, pop up off ahead and out of play.
That went off Lauren's head and straight up over the top, but wasn't able to get the ball down.
That was off.
Nobody said that went off a defender. So it is a true corner now, and Barrier's coming to the corner to take the ball.
Left corner kick once again. Second straight from this spot. Third overall for Chazy. We remain scoreless at 13:45 before halftime.
So Chazy's Jordan Barrier, senior captain, sends the ball in. Ball hits in the box and bounces, but nobody's able to get a foot on it and put that in. There comes Craig Botten in. This could be trouble as Pelton comes in. The ball goes away from Mishaw. He's not able to control, and the ball's cooked out.
Back out toward Bicknell.
Bicknell couldn't control, and they're trying to get the ball to Reba. And the ball's to Hayden Gay.
Get to him. And we have a flag up here. What do we got going on? I think a call against Chazy. Well back away from the play.
Well, there was an offsides a long time ago, and they just got control of it here. center ref didn't hear it. And Jordan Barrier steps up, tries to head that, and wasn't able. We got a handball on number 11, Mr. Donovan. Chazy's going to move up and try to take control of this, and they're sending Mr. Cool up in there again too. So Nathan Reynolds will go up and try to get his head on this. Being the sweeper is kind of an odd position to be, where he scored the second most goals on the team, but we're saying we got to move this ball back.
I was kind of thinking that. That's about 5 yards back.
Because the near linesman is saying, no, we're back center field. So he actually made him move it back 5 more yards, and Jordan Barrier will take this kick for Chazy. So we're ready to play, and he chips the ball in as kind of a line drive, and it's headed back out, and Gallagher's going to control this ball. Botten giving chase.
His support is starting to come.
Botten actually stuffs him and stops him right there as they go at it, and Gallagher gives a hip toss, and he's running at the ref. He doesn't want to do that. Barry Norton is very quick to pull cards out. He wants to be careful doing that.
So it's going to be a call against the Panthers and a direct kick here for Chazy, just inside their own end. They're right wing.
Jordan Barrier is going to take this kick from just the other side of the midfield and sends a big ball in.
Good ball coming in.
Headed by Parishville, headed by Michael Reba, back in the box, and this time Hunter Downey, he was in, but he couldn't get his foot on it. He was onside that time.
Hunter Downey did stay onside, and Downey tried to.
Mishaw makes a big punt out to center field, and that's headed by Jordan Barrier.
Take it away. Here come the Panthers.
Panthers had control for a minute, but here's Lauren with control. He works through the middle. He sneaks by one. He tries a hard low shot, but he misses on the left side.
And this is going to be across the end line and out of play.
Okay, Chazy sending subs back in as
Conger.
his Sweet comes in for Pelton, and Rogers comes back in for Drake.
Back on the field.
We're at 11 minutes left in the first half, and we are still 0-0. Chazy has another corner kick here, another golden opportunity here as they continue to pressure. Chazy definitely having the better of the play here as they've had the ball in this end most of the time. That one's deep and narrow. Rogers goes up and misses the ball. And this will be a Parishville-Hopkinton throw-in. That one went across everybody. Rogers just missed that one. Was up but couldn't quite get high enough to get his head on it.
First half of play. Scouts out of center scoreboard. No score. Chazy and Parishville-Hopkinton.
It's the throw-in for Parishville.
Just one.
So I can't tell who that was. I think that was Josh Beer. Sends that ball in. Craig Botten controls the ball, plays a sloppy touch in the middle, but Reba was able to clean that up for him. His Sweet tries to run over and get it, but this will be Conger with the throw-in for Parishville-Hopkinton. Conger has the throw-in to number 11, that is Chase Donovan. Back to Conger. Controlling a little bit here, but an errant touch in that goes out for a Chazy throw-in. Hayden Gay takes that throw-in. As the ball moves in, and Hunter Dominy's moving forward, trying to win this ball.
Hunkins on his shoulder and he makes a turn in the corner, slides one toward net.
Slides it toward net, but he wasn't able to get it in, and I'd say that's another shot on net. I'd say that's another shot on net. Bicknell and Swede kind of having some shoulders there with each other, and they're going to taunt each other a little bit as they go down the field. We just need to keep our head and play soccer. So Joey Jaycott takes the throw in, and that's Josh Bear that heads the ball, and Hunter Dominy chests it down but loses control. Dominy gets called for another charge as number 14 Newton is rolling around a little bit, but gets up and has some words with Dominy before he runs away.
They've got to just hop up and walk away.
Number 12 Tebow is going to come in to take this free kick for Parishville. We're at 8:45 in Plattsburgh High School on November 12th as Parishville-Hopkinton, the Section 10 winners, take on the Section 7 winners in Chazy as Austin Santor comes off his line and collects that ball.
Slide over to his right and gather that one in with 8:20 to go.
Santor takes the punt. And well over Mayfield, a beautiful punt there.
Back down for the Panthers up ahead with Bicknell.
Chazy a little bit hampered here as they had one of their men down tying his shoe for a good long time, but now Hayden Gay plays a good left foot up, and Sweet steps in to take control of that ball, but gets called for the handball. As he plays that shoulder folder, he's going to get called for that every time. Thibodeau steps up to take this one.
Thibodeau. This one, got some good air under this one, to the 18, headed defensively.
This one's bouncing around. Bicknell was right there, and that one was trouble for Chazy, but Austin Santor was able to come out and get it.
Panthers have gotten a shot away, but
it's a good thing that Chazy player had his feet planted, or that could have been a really nasty
putt from the 18, 15 yards inside the Panthers' defensive half of the field.
Possible call against Chazy there for obstruction, but he was planted safely there as the guy was trying to come through him.
We go, Panthers.
As Gallagher controls this ball midfield with Jordan Barrier giving chase. Gallagher plays the ball up to himself and continues down the right-hand sideline. Jordan Barrier makes a nice tackle to stop that run.
Jordan Barrier to take the ball out of bounds. It'll be a Parishville-Hopkinton throw in left sidelines.
Parishville's trying to apply a little more pressure here in the last couple of minutes and putting a little more in there as he puts a big throw in there, and that was headed out by Botten, and so this will be a Parishville corner kick. So Chazy's going to have to put their defensive set together and see if they can hold this one. Donovan's going to take this kick, and they're looking to get their marks, and nobody's picking up Gallagher as of yet. Gallagher makes a run and is free. He puts it in low and hard right down the line, right straight to Austin Santor, and there was no danger there as Austin controlled that one.
All the way was Austin Santor. So that'll be his first stop of this game.
Settle down and pass!
Corner kick from Chase Donovan.
The ball goes over Conger, and Sweet heads the ball up looking for Brandon Lauren.
Reach that, it'll be swept out of bounds.
Number 8, Huckins just clears the ball wide, and Chazy will have the throw in here.
6 minutes ago, first half, no score.
Conger was able to head that throw in out, and Chazy will still have another throw in as they bring Reynolds up to take this throw.
Later tonight, 99 Sports.
So we're down to 5:45 with no score in the first half here as Chazy takes on Parishville-Hopkinton, the Section 10 winners in this regional final with the right to represent this region in the Final Four at the state tournament. The winner of this game will face Section 5 Alfred Almond, as that game was played yesterday, and they beat North Collins 2-0. Parishville coming on a breakaway looking for Gallagher. This could be trouble as Hayden Gates trying to get him, and Gallagher misplays this and just harmlessly kicks it over the goal line. As he holds his head and is like, oh, what'd I do there? Gallagher had a real quality chance there and just wasn't able to maintain control.
Too far for himself.
That was probably the best chance that Parishville has had coming at Chazy tonight so far. Reynolds takes the goal kick, and
drive up here.
And that's headed by number 13, Joey Jaycott, and it actually puts him right on his fanny there as he takes control. This is Rogers. Rogers is in on this one, and he's in on a breakaway. Oh, he tries to cross rather than hitting that one. He should have taken the shot there. Rogers had a real good opportunity there, and he just didn't convert. And this is Jordan Barrier now, looking to control, but number 14, Newton was able to control that for them. Gallagher's making a call here, and Chazy gets a free kick here. I didn't see what happened, but Chazy gets a free kick, and Gallagher, I think, is maybe injured as he's waiting to his coach there, and he's holding his lower back.
So
Jordan Barrier's going to take this free kick. He's about 40 yards out, maybe a little farther, and as it goes in, Misa comes in, and he does get a hand on it. Lauren tries to head this one, bouncing around the box still. Here's Reba, gets a hard shot, low. Oh, Dominique unable to get a touch to put that one back in. Another scramble in the box, and Chazy unable to convert. This is when Chazy gets in trouble. They have dominated in the second Willsboro game in the first period, and Willsboro was able to come slip one in on them, and Chazy needs to finish those opportunities in order to maintain control of this game. Hayden Gay controls the ball, sends it up, but kind of misplayed there as Reba plays up, and there's going to be a charge against number 11, Donovan.
Chase Donovan's going to get called for taking the back out from underneath.
We're down to 3 minutes and 13 seconds as Jordan Barrier sets up for this free kick, and Chazy seems to have weathered that first storm, and now they're starting to apply pressure on Parishville again. Ball comes in, nice good ball into the top of the box there, but Parishville was able to head the ball out.
Bicknell drops back.
Bicknell and Rogers gives charge, and Bicknell comes away with the ball. Rogers running him down again. Rogers able to contain him and turn him around. And Rogers able to work him so that Bicknell lost control of that ball, and Chazy maintains the throw. Botten looks for Rogers on the throw in, and number 8 Huckins steps in and kicks the ball out of bounds again. We continue. Chazy continues to work this ball forward. We're at 2 minutes and 25 seconds, and Nathan Reynolds comes up to take this big throw again. Chazy continuing to try to work that ball into the box and maintain control here. Big throw in by Reynolds out to the top of the box, and Brandon Lauren has opportunity, chips it up high, but it was way too wide. Nobody running in. Here comes number 1, Brandon Thibodeau, checking in for Gallagher, and Gallagher was calling for the sub there. I think he's done something to his back. Thibodeau comes in with those funky striped socks on. We ought to be able to keep track of him pretty easy, Kelvin. Barrier steps up and tries to get control and misses it, but Sweet comes in and gets that one, but Lauren unable to control. Reba looking for control there and finds Rogers, but Rogers wasn't able to get to it. Thibodeau and Gay working on that one, and Conger moves the ball up to Thibodeau as Sweet controls. Sweet kicks the ball out of bounds. 1 minute 25 seconds left as number 13 Jaycott's going to take this throw in again.
And now Jaycott from in front of his own bench.
Ooh, Jaycott, a little bit of a twist there. I'm surprised the refs let him get away with that one, but they did. And there's Lauren wins that ball, and that's going to be a Parishville throw.
Off an eagle and out of play. Now
and
the sideline official right along the line called it for the Panthers.
But he's saying, the sideline official saying, I just had the flag up, I didn't have the direction, and the field judge had that call. Right. Definitely a handball there by Barrier that Norton must have been obscured. He couldn't get control there. Barrier gives him a shot, and Barrier gets called for a push with 39 seconds left. Pelton coming off the bench. We're trying to get control here.
Panthers are going to send just about everyone here with 28 seconds to go in the half. 0-0.
Tebow's going to take the big kick in.
Here's his lift. Got a hook on it, coming to the 18, knocked down.
Knocked away, and Rogers just going to clear that way down the field and out of the box, and that was going to leave us with about 12 seconds left. They may get the ball thrown in, but there shouldn't be any addition here.
Not much time to work with, as you can hear the 10-second count.
The ball goes in.
We're down to 5 off the throw-in. Played by the Eagles.
Barrier plays the ball up big, and we are at halftime where we are in a 0-0 tie. Chazy Parishville-Hopkinton played to a 0-0 tie in the first half, and we'll be back after the half to talk about how this is going to play out here on Hometown Cable.
Your halftime score on the Scott's Auto Center score.
Welcome back, sports fans. We're starting the second half, and we're waiting for the clock to get reset here, and we're gonna get going again on this Northeast Regional Class D boys soccer game.
Once again, Sean, they're waiting for Kevin Mulligan with the clock here.
We're at Plattsburgh High School, and Kevin Mulligan's running the clock, so he's getting busted because we weren't quite ready to go with the clock yet, but he's there and he's got it ready to go. So here we go, and Parishville plays a big ball over the top, and Santor comes out to the corner of the box and knocks it, but a little miscommunication there as Josh Barrier has to come in to hopefully collect this one, and he does, and he keeps it in and plays the ball forward looking for Dominy. Rogers making a big run up the side, but Dominy works through the middle. Dominy working hard through the middle all alone. He's got like 8 geese around him, and Barry Norton says yes, that's a trip, and Chazy will have a direct kick here right outside the box, about 20 yards out. Oh no, he's going to move him back further. That was a big counterattack there, and Dominy worked hard. He had, I bet you, 8 red jerseys around him as he took that ball down in there, and so we're waiting for Chazy to take this direct kick with this set opportunity, and
there.
Parishville moves up to take these guys,
Chazy's going to break everyone off the
take
right
these
side
guys
here
off,
for the restart.
potentially off sides, but Chazy's back on sides, and we're waiting for the kick.
One overrun, second slip through on the left side. They shot.
Oh,
What a great stop there.
that was a good stop there by Tebow, and
He read what was going on. Ball.
Misha.
And Misha's got the stop.
Mishaw's got the stop, and it's play on as
Great opportunity.
as the offsides was actually right at the 18.
With
Nice set play there, but Chazy wasn't able to convert. Tebow comes down and makes the big save.
Up and over, they slid it through.
Hayden Gay plays a big ball up the sidelines. That'll go out of bounds. Parishville throw-in.
Couple more shots there.
So
Chazy.
Parishville had kind of a rough road here. They had they defeated Edwards and Ox 3-1. They next ran into the Chattagay Bulldogs, and they defeated them 2-0. They were the underdogs in their sectional final, in the Section 10 final, playing Harrisville, and they defeated them 3-0. So Parishville worked hard to earn their way here. Chazy had an equally rough road, if not rougher. They had a quite easy quarterfinal game, and next had to play their arch rival Elizabethtown, where they went into overtime. Chazy was able to slip in the golden goal and win the sudden victory there, and moved on to meet the number 1 seed Willsboro in the final, actually last Saturday evening. And Chazy came away with a 1-0 victory there after losing twice to Willsboro in the regular season. So that's how the road for both teams to get here, and now they are working to become the regional representative in the state tournament Final Four. That was a good ball in. Dominique controls and tries to get a ball through, and played it off hard as Dominique gives chase and gets control on the outside there. That is Sweet crossing the ball in. Barrier got a head on it, but wasn't able to get much onto it and wasn't able to control. Gallagher going off, apparently injured in the first half, is back there and now controls this ball with the counterattack. Jordan Barrier takes him off the ball, but it was right back to him as Sweet stretches out and controls that ball. Big ball up, but Lauren able to control it, was right to him, chested the ball down, and here comes Lauren moving the ball through. As he continues to work the ball through.
Now Lauren, 24.
Lauren worked the ball through hard, and Chazy will have a throw in deep and almost in the corner. And again, with Nathan Reynolds throwing that ball is just like having the corner kick. So Nathan Reynolds makes his way up to take this kick. See Kelvin's got him in his sights there, and we'll be watching this long throw in. And again, this is likely coming right to the center of the box there, where Domini and Lauren await this as the keeper comes out. There it is, and Lauren heads the ball in, and Chazy scores! Goal! Brandon Lauren off a throw-in, and the keeper went up to try to knock that one out, but he wasn't able to get his hand on it. Lauren gets his head on the ball and knocks it in. Chazy goes up 1-0 with 36:03 left in the first half. As we've said many, many times, that that is very dangerous with the ability of Nathan Reynolds on that throw-in. That it's just like having a corner kick for them, and Reynolds was able to put that ball in cleanly to the middle of the box on the throw. Lauren got his head on it. The keeper wasn't able to punch it out, and in it goes. Chazy up 1-0 with 36:03 left in the game. If they can hold on, they will match their counterpart girls. The Chazy girls won their game against Chattagay right here earlier, a couple hours ago. Chazy defeated Chattagay 2-1 in the Class D girls regional final, and they will move on to represent Section 10-7 region in Cortland State next weekend at the state Final Four tournament. Ball goes out of bounds, and Chazy will have a throw in. Hayden Gay is going to take this throw.
3:57 in the second half.
So that's a nice header right there again by Lauren, and Rogers steps in and tries to take control of that, but misses, and Botten steps up to control. Rogers controls in the middle. works to the outside and controls the ball and continue to go, and he's able to run away a little bit from a number eight. That is Huckins, and Rogers plays a nice ball across, and Sweet runs on this one, and this is going to have an opportunity for a nice cross here as Sweet works the ball in the corner, but it's broke up by the Parishville-Hopkinton defender, and Chazy will have a throw in over there. Again, this is going to bring Reynolds up in a very similar situation from the far side of the field, just like another corner kick from him, with Reynolds' ability to throw that ball deep into the box. So Parishville brings them all back, and they're going to actually have all 11 guys inside that 18 trying to defend this Chazy throw-in. Reynolds takes the big throw, puts it along the line, settled by Lauren, who turns and hits it, but was knocked out by a Chazy defender. Reynolds works his way out and resets this ball back to Gay. Parishville coming out hard, trying to do it. Gay calmly touches by, and this ball goes to Josh Barrier, who plays it up to Lauren, who plays another big ball that's blocked. Lauren controls, plays the ball back to Josh Barrier. Josh Barrier swings that ball back to the middle. He falls down, loses control as he tries to step over. Plays it out to Gallagher. Gallagher trying to beat Botten, plays the ball down the line, but it's too big for his man running on. And Reba plays the ball big back right up into the Parishville. Oh no! As they call Hunter Dominy offside, and I'm not sure about that one. But he's right down there in the field. He can see it much better than I can. As the Chazy faithful erupt, not happy with that call. Number 7, Dustin Andrews. Controls that ball, and he's working to cross the ball. He gets the ball in big and deep. Huckins works on that ball and loses control as Sweet controls and brings the ball up. Brandon Lauren touches the ball back and controls midfield. He's looking for Rogers, making a run on this far side. He's played it in deep, and Rogers is running in hard trying to get there, but Michal comes off his line, collects that ball. This is a good work for everybody there. Everybody's working hard and trying to get that ball in there. Chazy controls the ball in the far end still as Parishville now playing that ball out as they get it. Number 14, Newton trying to head the ball away from one of the Barrier boys, and Josh Barrier comes away with it and, over to his brother Jordan. Jordan Barrier midfield plays a good hard ball in. It's skipping, but Michal was able to collect that one rather easily. Chazy continues to put the ball on net, trying to get that all-important second goal. 33 minutes left in the second half. Chazy up 1-0. And Jordan Barrier working hard to try to control that ball. Big ball played outside by Parishville-Hopkinton, and Chazy will have the throw in at midfield. So as Kelvin tells me, we are in beautiful downtown Plattsburgh at the Plattsburgh High School Sports Complex. This is a beautiful turf field. We're very fortunate to have this field, the Ausable field, the Chazy grass field in this area. It's three of the nicest fields that I've seen kids play on, and we're fortunate to have a couple of those right here in Section 7. Oh, they call that a throw in for red. Says Mr. Norton in the front, and Mr. Gallagher here, number 9, is going to take the throw in. Gallagher throws the ball to center, and Josh Barrier comes back to apply pressure. Number 10. That is Bicknell working on the ball, but he loses control, and Barrier kicks the ball back up out of the Chazy end, and it goes to 14, Newton. Newton working the ball to Gallagher. Gallagher trying to control, but Hunter Dominy comes away with it, and Gallagher gives chase as Dominy plays it across, and he finds Brandon Lauren midfield standing there. Lauren with this turf having controlling, but he settles it and plays the ball back to Barrier. Barrier looked like he was going to wind up, but he pulled the ball back, and now he's played it back into Dominy, and they call him offsides again. Dominy stepping just one step too early.
One to nothing here on 99.4. Chazy girls holding Chazy in their quarterfinal game. 2-1 final there. Came back to tie the game up.
So as we move through the second half, it is 31 minutes left. Chazy controlling the ball in the Parishville end as Brandon Lauren heads that ball up and over the top. The defender comes over to it, but Lauren still controls. Brandon Lauren working with Conger, but Conger comes away and actually wins that ball. That plays out to number 11, Chase Donovan. Donovan loses control with Jordan Barrier taking that ball away. And Barry Norton says, no, that was a push, and Chazy will have a free kick about 25, a little more than that, about 35 yards out. So Jordan Barrier is going to take this free kick for Chazy as we set the ball with about 30 and a half minutes left. This could be another opportunity for Chazy as Barrier plays the ball over the top and it doesn't quite get in there. Reba heads the ball back into the mixer and it comes back out. And it'll be Barrier sending this one back up in there again as Rogers running on. Rogers is going to work to continue. Oh, he tried to contain this when he had time to take a touch and to move that ball in there. It'll be a Parishville-Hopkinton goal kick. And the ball comes out, and Alex Sweet heads the ball forward, but Parishville controls with Bicknell taking control of that ball and touching the ball back to his defense. Parishville trying to get a big ball over the top, but wasn't able to as Chazy controls with Josh Beer moving the ball back to center to Hunter Dominy. Dominy controls, moving the ball up the middle, puts a couple of moves on and is able to get the man on the shoulder, tries to pull it back and is still maintaining control but not going anywhere. Guy's doing a good job of keeping, Parishville defender doing a very good job of keeping him in front of him. Brandon Lauren comes up to head the ball and misses, and Parishville tries to clear the ball out of their box as they are still having a bit of pressure there as number 11, Chase Donovan, clears that ball up. Chazy will control Hayden Gay on the far outside defense there, plays the ball up to Lauren. Lauren chips the ball over top to himself, loses control as number 13, Jaycott, was able to play that ball off a Chazy offensive player, and they get the throw in there for Parishville-Hopkinton. However, on the throw-in, Chazy is able to control with Josh Barrier playing the ball outside to his defender here, Craig Botten. Botten moves the ball up, takes the space, gets his head up and looks as Hunter Dominy again with the ball. Hunter Dominy plays the ball across and has found Brandon Lauren in the middle. They're trying to get the ball up to Gallagher, but Botten steps in front of him. Again, the ball's played out, and Botten heads the ball back into the mixer again, and another ball played by the Parishville-Hopkinton defense, and couldn't control as Conger goes up high but wasn't able to control. Dominy lost the ball, and Parishville comes away with it. Jaycott plays to Bicknell. Bicknell plays a big ball up but controlled by Hayden Gay of Chazy. Hunter Dominy plays the ball over top with Newton there settling that ball and bringing it across. He finds the outside defender here, number 7, Dustin Andrews. Andrew trying to find Gallagher, but Gallagher flat-footed and not able to make a run on that ball, and the sweeper Nathan Reynolds takes control for Chazy. Reynolds just boots the ball out. That is very, very uncharacteristic of Reynolds. He usually doesn't make mistakes like that, but usually has one a game, and that's probably the one he's going to have. Here comes Andrews with a throw-in. Botten for Chazy gets his head on the ball, and it's settled out by Lauren, headed out to Rogers. Rogers tried to play it to midfield to Dominy, and Chazy lost control there. But once again, there's Reba in the mix. There's a push, and that's going to go Chazy's way. So we are down to 27-18 left in the second half of this game, with Chazy leading Parishville-Hopkinton 1-0 in the Northeast Regional Final. Looks like Coach McCullough's going to go to his bench and bring those two outside mids on for subs. Those are the two guys he has run the entire field, so that's the area he likes to sub, and there's one of those guys right now. Sweet working to control the ball as Parishville-Hopkinton plays a big ball down the line. This one gets in deep and is maintained control, but calmly Gay plays it out to Reynolds, but Reynolds plays another one, and that was Polano who had a chance there but didn't control. Newton was trying there. They're still trying to work the ball through, but that's Hayden Gay who clears the ball big back out over midfield. This could be trouble as Brandon Lauren's running on. Brandon heads the ball forward again and continues to move. And here comes Rogers in working with Polano, and Hunter Dominy is the one that comes away with the ball. We get a handball, and that's going to go Chazy's way too. Actually they're going to bring in Brett Giroux as well for Chazy. So Giroux, Derek Drake, and Nelson Pelton. Pelton and Drake came in early on the first half, and they're going to come back in on this one. And Chazy has another opportunity here, 40 yards out, from the goal line here, and they're Parishville setting their defense on the 18 to hold Chazy from getting in too deep. The ball is kicked, however, and they are in. And here comes Parishville on a counterattack with Gallagher with the ball. Gallagher can be very dangerous. He scored a lot of goals, and he's got Bick now running over the top. This is that big ball that they've been trying to play all along. And this could be trouble. And that will be a goal kick for Chazy as the subs come in. Dominique, Sweet, and Rogers come off as Drew, Pelton, and Drake are the subs. Pelton playing the ball up the far side with Brandon Lauren running on there, and we have Brett Drew stepping in to play striker for Hunter Dominique. Brett doesn't necessarily see a ton of time, but he's a strong player. He's been playing Chazy soccer for a lot of years, and he's really working to put in some good minutes there for Coach McCullough up front. Brett has the ability to head the ball in real well, and we've seen him do that many times. So he has the opportunity there. So here he comes, and he's one of those kids that he'll put good quality minutes in for Coach McCullough if he's a worker. As Josh Beer tries to play that ball, and Chazy getting in a little bit of boot ball issue here, and Parishville actually pressuring a little bit as they work. Conger has an opportunity for the cross as he works past Pelton. But Josh Beer plays a small ball out, and Newton tries to hammer one home, but way too big and way too high as it goes over the end line. 24 minutes left in the second half with Chazy leading 1-0. Parishville-Hopkinton putting some pressure on in the last minute or two here. So I've seen Chazy play. I think I've seen him play almost every game this year. And when they play the possession game and they work to possess the ball, and they're not just playing big boot ball, but they maintain possession and they put their passes together. They're very effective and very dangerous. They get into the big ball like this over the top with the boot ball and losing possession of that ball. They seem to struggle a little more. So I think you'll see Chazy wanting to try to move to their possession game again and get away from these big balls. Josh Berrier working against number 12 Tebow there, and Brandon Lauren, he could be dangerous, and he puts a shot off a defender, and that's going to be a Chazy corner kick as we see Jordan Berrier make his way over there to take that kick on the far side. So Chazy working to get some pressure back on here and hopefully get that second goal in is what Coach McCullough's looking for. That 2-goal lead is very, very important in these championship games. As we said earlier, the Chazy girls punched their ticket to the state Final Four, defeating Chateauguay here earlier today on a score of 2-1. And the Chazy boys looking to equalize their girl counterparts from their school. Boyd Nathan Reynolds just hustled hard to win that ball, but Jordan Berrier, couldn't control that ball, and Parishville had to throw in. Oh, we got a squirrel. We couldn't understand what was going on. The fans were laughing and pointing, and we got a squirrel running down the field here. Calvin's picked him up in the camera, and not sure we've ever seen that. Actually, there's two of them. There's a second one coming down the field too. So, and I haven't seen wildlife on the field in quite a while. When I was a kid, we had some geese land on the field while we were playing football, but I don't think I've ever seen a squirrel coming down the field while we were playing. So back to the game here. The entertainment's over for the moment as we get back to this, and there was a big handball out there as Conger. He stuck his arm out. He was trying to just hopefully get around that ball, and it popped up in his arm. This turf can be unforgiving the way it bounces. So I don't think Conger intentionally handled that ball, but it's just the way that ball bounced, and so Chazy will have a free kick here from just their own side of midfield. Coach McCullough is sending Hunter Dominy back to the line to resub him after he's had a conversation with him about what he'd like to see him do differently a little bit here as Parishville works to try to get, again, that big ball over the top, and Reynolds plays the ball to Gay. Gay controls, he swings the ball out to Botten. Botten, the right-hand fullback, comes to Drake, the right-hand center mid. As he tries to work the ball through. Drake's a little guy, but he's got a lot of heart, and he's working the ball through as Josh Drake comes over and breaks that one up. Parishville-Hopkinton sending number 16, Reed Donovan, in. He's going to be subbing out number 17, Conger. Conger's put in some good minutes over there. I've called his name quite a bit tonight. He's been working hard over there on that far right side of defense and done a good job to shut down that Chazy outside midfielder that's been running the wing. 7 Andrews takes the throw in, and that goes off Josh Barrier's face, and will be another Parishville-Hopkinton throw in. The Panthers throw the ball in quickly, and it goes off Bicknell, and he's not able to control, and Chazy will come back with a throw in here the other way. Craig Botten takes the throw, and he throws it way over the top, looking for Hunter Dominy. Dominy working hard tonight, putting in some good quality minutes, and it comes in the middle as Nelson Pelton struggles to get there, and Newton plays over to number 13, Jaycott. Jaycott got stuffed and was taken away by Jordan Barrier. Hunter Dominy waiting for some guys to come up, and he plays the ball up to Derek Drake. Little Drake running on, working with Polano. He's got Polano, and Drake is an old defenseman. He works hard to keep Polano in front of him as he slips that ball dangerously into the box, and Hayden Gay comes up and from the defense and able to settle that ball, plays the ball outside to Pelton. This could be a good opportunity for Chazy to get a nice cross in as Pelton beats his man and is taking the ball end line. He's walking the ball right into the goal, and it's loose, and Chazy scores as Josh Barrier gets the rebound off of the goalie. Nelson Pelton plays the ball hard off the goalie there. Misha unable to handle a Pelton cross, and Josh Barrier gets the score. That's what the coaches always tell these guys is shoot, shoot, shoot. You never know when the rebound's going to be available, and they crash the goal, and it is a 2-0 lead for the Chazy Eagles. Says Mr. Norton says, let's go, boys, get back on the field. We got more soccer to play. 19:28 left in the second period. Chazy scores their second goal, and Chazy takes the lead as Coach McCullough sends in, looks like he sends starters all back in as Sweet and Rogers come back on the field. Pelton gets a great assist there, though. Nice job coming off the bench for the assist, and that's what's really important is having that depth so that when the starters are struggling a little bit, you do have fresh legs that can come in and help you out there. So the Squirrels are off the field, and Chazy controls the kickoff here, actually, and that's Brandon Lauren working to get that ball up front as number 11, Chase Donovan, puts Brandon Lauren to the turf, and Chazy will have another free kick.
The second Chazy goal was scored at 20:32 into the second half. Scored by Josh Barrier and assisted by Nelson Pelton.
Jordan Barrier sends the ball into the mixer, and it's headed by a Parishville-Hopkinton player. Misha comes out, and he was interfered with by Brandon Lauren, so that's going to be a free kick for Misha there out of the box.
He's the one who ended up ultimately getting upended. Direct kick coming out for Parishville-Hopkinton.
Chazy can breathe a little bit, but I've talked to a lot of guys that play hockey, and they say the dangerous lead is a 2-0 lead. Chazy gets another call from Mr. Norton saying no, that was a push, and so Chazy about 50 yards out is going to have another free kick. So with about 18 minutes left in the second half,
2-0 now.
Chazy leads 2-0.
Technical issues here. It is 2-0 now for Chazy. Their second goal.
Jordan Barrier comes up over the ball and puts the ball in there, and Chazy is called for a push there, even though that may have been potential for play on, but the Parishville-Hopkinton coach with his arms in the air going, come on, and Barry Norton does stop the play and give them the free kick. Parishville takes that call very quickly and was going to call Mr. Dominy for a penalty there, but Parishville maintains control, and so it's play on. Polano working the ball through, but Jordan Barrier taking control and plays the ball back up over midfield. Back to Tebow there.
Same score. That stood as the final.
Tebow number 12 swings the ball to the other side of the field. A nice switch.
This year.
But I can't see that number on the far side, and that's Thibodeau actually over there. I think they brought him on and trying to get that speed on the outside, and Sweet follows him, and so there's another. Chazy's going to bring another guy with Brett Giroux looking to come back in the game again.
Here's direct kick here for Parishville-Hopkinton.
Ball is in, over the top, and Michael Reba is able to clear the danger there as Brandon Lauren plays that ball forward, and Hunter Dominy working hard trying to win that ball. The number 8, Huckins, was able to win that ball. This ball is coming back out. Reynolds heads the ball to the outside. Gay controls. Gay plays the ball up and was able to keep it in bounds, and there's a huge ball up in the air played to the center of the field as they work to try to control this ball. Reba heads the ball outside. That ball's a dangerous one in the middle. Gallagher gets a shot off, and that'll be a goal kick. He wasn't able to put it on net. That was a little nervous. There is that's Thibodeau coming in now. So there's a couple guys with those socks. So that was throwing me off. Brandon Lauren's going to come out for Chazy as Coach McCullough wants to have a chat with him as Mr. Giroux comes in to put some more quality minutes in there. So just under 16 minutes, Chazy leads Parishville-Hopkinton Panthers 2-0. Goal kick is played by Austin Santor, or Mr. Reynolds there out to the middle, and Giroux controls. He's looking for Nolan Rogers down the sideline, sends him. Rogers tries to control. Rogers plays the ball past number 7, Huckins, and was unable to get in on that ball, but he's still working there. Rogers trying to control as Thibault, that strong sweeper comes in and controls that ball. Hunter Dominy stops him short there as the ball comes up to Gallagher. Gallagher trying to control the ball as Rogers steps in on him, takes him off the ball, and Craig Botten comes out with the ball, plays the ball to Dominy. Dominy takes a shot and goes down a little bit, but Josh Barrier comes in with another hard shot blocked by number 8, Polano. And the ball comes over the top with Giroux coming in on that. Mesaw comes off his line and is able to control out at the top of the box on the right-hand side. Very quickly, Mesaw plays that ball. Doesn't wait. Now we have geese coming over the field. I'm wondering if they're going to come in here, too. We got just the whole wildlife thing going on tonight. I think they're heading to the river, though, over here on the backside of the stadium. So Thibodeau heads the ball over there down the sidelines and goes out of bounds for Chazy throw in. Gay looking to throw the ball in, and Captain Nathan Reynolds says no, play forward, so the ball does go forward, and Hunter Dominy looks to play that ball to the center to Josh Barrier. Josh Barrier, the young freshman, scored that last goal to put Chazy up 2-0, and his stopper Reba steps up and plays a big ball over the top. Giroux goes in backwards, gets away with it. Mr. Norton had the whistle up, but he decides not to blow it as the ball goes in, and Mesaw's going to control that ball and pick it up so that he can take the punt. 14 minutes left in the second half here as Mesaw puts a good punt up front, and here comes Giroux possibly breaking loose here. Giroux, he's a hockey player too. He'll come in there and play you hard, and he's working on Number seven there is Mr. Andrews, who's again been called out. Big ball into Mesaw, and he's able to control that inside his 6. Mesaw parries the ball a couple times there and waits for his offense to get up a little bit. And number 11 there, Donovan controls the ball in the midfield. Another big ball looking for Gallagher, not able to control, and Botten plays another big ball up. Chazy is in the everything forward mode right now with 13:26 left to go with a 2-0 lead over the Parishville-Hopkinton Panthers. And looks like Brandon Lauren's going to check back in for Mr. Giroux again. So we're at around 13 minutes left with Chazy with a 2-goal lead. Again, that's not necessarily the big comfortable lead. I'm sure they'd like to get one more to try to put this one away. And if they're able to do that, Coach McCullough is very good about bringing that bench in and trying to get all those boys some time in the state game. As Nolan Rogers works to get this ball inside, he's working on Polano trying to win this ball. Rogers stands him up, does a good job, but Polano does come away with it. And this is a big ball over the top with Gallagher running on. This could be dangerous as Reba comes in trying to step him up, and Reba makes a nice slide tackle to stop Gallagher's big run there. And but this will be a Parishville throw with number 11 Donovan coming up, and he's had some real big throws. He can throw the ball kind of like Reynolds can too, so he's coming in, and we'll have a big throw in here. Donovan makes a big throw into the box. Lauren chests the ball down and comes away with it and actually dribbles the ball out of the box and averts the danger. He's going to hold up and wait for his teammates to catch up with him a little bit. He's doing the step overs, trying to get Polano turned around, or Huckins turned around. He's able to, and he is around Polano as well. And Lauren just controls the ball and plays the ball out to Sweet. Sweet pops the ball up in the air. Thought he was going to lose control, but he still maintained control, and Sweet comes away with it. He has that funky style that is really surprising to people, and nice cross, but Tebow was able to clear the danger there, and Thibodeau now is trying to get that ball at Sweet levels to the little guy there, and Parishville-Hopkinton will have a free kick with 11 and a half minutes left. Tebow plays a big ball up over the top, looking for number 14 Newton, and the way he was marked there, they said no, Chazy, you can't push through the back like that. Hands up on the back, and so they're going to give Parishville the opportunity here from about 40 yards out. Parishville with a set play, and Tebow's going to take this kick, and we've seen him with a leg. He's got a big leg. As he puts the ball in the box, and Austin Santor smartly comes out and grabs that ball, and not an issue at all. Austin waits for his team to get up and clear the box, and Santor launches the punt. Again, well over midfield. Austin's been working on that punt and doing a great job of that. And we're heading the ball back and forth here as Brandon Lawrence sends the ball to a Parishville defender, and they play the big ball up over the top, and it's headed. Nathan Reynolds looking to settle this one, and it's going to come into the box, and Reynolds shields that ball from Gallagher as Santor picks the ball up. 10:26 left. Chazy leads Parishville-Hopkinton 2-0 as Reba clears that ball up big but out of bounds, and that'll be a Parishville throw-in. The subs are going to come on, and we're gonna give those outside mids some rest again.
Eric Drake and Nelson Sullivan, who just assisted on the second goal.
And it looks like Mr. Drew's going to come to the line again as Alex Sweet makes his way off the field, and Coach McCullough talks to Drew about what he'd like him to do the next time he comes in here. I see him giving the forward talk as he motions forward. Ball comes over the top, and there's one to the defender there. Number 7, Andrews, controls the kick. He plays it up. Reba tries to head that ball, but again, it goes in way too big over the top as Parishville continues trying to get that big ball over the top and hopefully get Gallagher or Newton loose so they can launch one in there, but they're coming over the top, and they're a little too deep, and Chazy's able to just step their goalie off the line, let him control that. Big ball over top to Derek Drake. Derek Drake's a little guy, but makes a nice cut to beat Polano as he looks over there for Pelton. Pelton couldn't quite get his body on it and lost it, and it goes out of bounds, and this is going to be a Parishville throw-in as Giroux comes in, and Mr. Bicknell. Bicknell comes in for Thibodeau, and Giroux comes in for Hunter Dominy again.
At least one goal.
I think Coach is talking to Rogers on the bench here. He's probably going to start working on how he's going to get the subbing pattern going here to make sure he maintains those fresh legs on the field and works that clock as he needs to. Here comes Gallagher. Oh, he gives Reynolds a shot, but it's play on, and he gets away with it as Gallagher and Reynolds are jawing back there a little bit, but we move on up here as there goes Derek Drake, the speedy little number 2, working on, and Gallagher comes back trying to take him off, and Drake steps in and takes Polano off the ball nicely, and this could be trouble. Nelson Pelton giving chase as the ball was headed out of the box, and he'll play that back to the center for Reba. Stopper chips the ball up into the box again, and Polano misplays that ball, and he takes Brett Giroux out, and this is a dangerous place to give Chazy a free kick. As they work on these set plays all the time, and they're moving up. They'll figure out what they're going to do with this one, and it looks like the Captain Reynolds is going to come up and talk with Captain Barrier as they decide what they're going to do with this one.
25 yards up.
So Jordan Barrier, it looks like, is going to be taking this kick. Craig Botten is standing in the vicinity, but it is going to be Barrier. Barrier puts this on net, and Misa punches it out. Barrier goes in and is flipped, and Barry Norton says play on, and it's going to be a throw-in for Chazy. Again, this is just like a corner kick as we move these up here. We're at 7:18 left with Reynolds coming up to take the big throw in again, and as we have said several times this game, he can put this one to the middle of the box with no problem.
Second half will Reynolds from the same
Reynolds
spot.
steps up, takes the big throw to the center of the box. It's loose. Nissan not able to get that. Reba comes in, and Reba called for the charge as he flattens a Parishville player who does not get up. One of the Panthers remains down.
Still down.
As the ref isn't paying attention, and he's calling Mr. Reba up to have a conversation with him.
Continue on, so I guess the player's just going to get back up.
The player gets up, and
He's down top.
it's 6:40 as the clock continues, and here goes the play. As the clock was never stopped, and Andrews plays that ball forward as Craig Botten clears the ball out for the defense, and that goes right to Lauren's feet, and Lauren is taken out by number 11, Chase Donovan. Game's getting a little chippy here, and Mr. Barry Norton's starting to have some conversations with these players. Settle down, let's just play soccer, boys. Lauren and Bicknell are mixing it up as they go down the field, trying to get position, and his Barry's going to play this one forward. As Bicknell now tackles Barrier in the box, and the clock is stopped. And we'll see how this one's going to go.
Second. Well, it's going to be for a card. Who's going to get it? That's going to be called.
He cards both players as 24 and 10 are both sent off the field.
So probably
Lauren and Bicknell need to both come out, but Bicknell's not coming to the bench. Is there some jawing going on in midfield now with some players too?
Well, those two were working on one another all the way downfield. So both will be headed off.
So the clock stopped with 5:56 as we have a little extracurricular activity in the box down there. And this one's getting a little chippy and a lot of jawing going on. Barry Norton's going to need to get control of this one as this can get out of hand. We saw this with the Chazy Chattagee game a couple of years ago where we actually had 5 players removed from the game when it got out of hand, so I hope we don't get to that kind of thing in this game.
I'd be surprised if Lauren goes back in. There's no sense in putting him out there.
Yeah, Coach McAuliffe will probably keep Lauren out. We don't want to chance a red card there and him not being able to play in that first game of the Final Four. That would be just a big mistake. So Drake moves on. Hunter Dominy's moving on as they're coming in, and Parishville starting to play football here a little bit. As they're hitting Dominy. And Coach has Sweet back up on the line here, ready to go in, and he's going to call. He's going to have Sweet come in. We are at 5:23.
That was not necessarily the friendliest contest ever played. Chance for Buzakwa coming off a long defensive cleaver.
Parishville looking for Newton, but Reynolds comes in and clears that ball off the line. Big ball played up, and that's going to be a goal kick for Chazy. As Sweet checks back into the game for Nelson Pelton.
And out comes Alex Sweet returning to the field for Coach McCall. Down to 4:45 to go in this one. 2-0, Chazy leading the Parishville-Hopkinton.
We're down to 4:40 as the ball rolls in, and Santor's trying to get the ball so we can set the goal kick here. As Sweet's going to take that goal kick, as Coach McCullough sends Rogers to the line to check in next. 4.5 minutes. Chazy leads 2-0. Big ball played over the top into the middle. Sweet goes up and heads the ball over the top, and Polano and
taking a bump there is Phil Hawkins.
Sorry, Dominy worked for the ball, and the Parishville player comes away with that one, and that's going to be settled by Hayden Gay. Hayden Gay settles the ball and plays a big ball up over the top, and ball remains in. Back to Conger. And there's Polano trying to get to that ball, but Derek Drake heads it away from him, and Jordan Barrier plays a big ball over the top. Ball comes up, and Botten clears the ball back up the line as Drew gets sandwiched between 2 players and takes a shot, but he doesn't go down. But he's definitely a hurting guy. As Hunter Dominy's working with, and Hunter Dominy makes a nice cut and maintains control, and he still has control of that ball as he's trying to play the ball forward as Conger takes him out the ball and plays him out there, but Sweet comes in and wins the ball. And Sweet finds Josh Barrier, ball played back to Jordan Barrier. who plays it back to Gay, who plays a big ball back to his sweeper. This was unintentional. The keeper could pick this up, but he chooses not to, and Austin Santor plays a big ball up the right-hand sideline. Derek Drake hustles and keeps the ball in, but finally loses control. Polano takes the throw in. Gallagher controls. Gallagher's double team there as Josh Barrier takes the ball away, and Gallagher called for a trip. Hey, if they want to delay the game, Gallagher unwisely kicks the ball away, and he's down 2-0. He kicks the ball way out to the sidelines, and they're waiting for the ball to come back in so that we can resume the game with 2:38 as the clock continues to run. Nathan Reynolds is going to take the kick here for Coach McCullough, and waiting for the ball to settle, and Nathan's looking to see what he has. 2:26 left in the game, and Reynolds plays the big ball forward as Giroux tries to get in over top of that one, but they got their head on it as Mishaw comes off and clears the line with a big ball out to the right-hand side. Bavakwa tries to settle that off his chest but wasn't able to, and the ball goes out, and Chazy's going to sub, and he's going to bring Derek Drake off. Cole Chazy comes to the line. He'll be checking in next as they take Hunter Dominy off, actually, and we're moving Derek Drake to the striker position. We're under 2 minutes, folks, and Chazy has a two-goal lead over Parishville. Sweet stops that, and the ball goes out of bounds as Conger's going to take the throw in for Parishville-Hopkinton Panthers. He throws that ball back to Tebow, and as the strikers give chase, and they move this ball up back to Andrews. Andrews plays an outside cut and cuts it up in front of there, and Nolan Rogers has control of the ball and plays a big cross. As here comes Sweet. Sweet's on a bit of a breakaway down the left-hand side there. As looks like number 8, Huckins, comes over and clears that ball off the line. Chazy subbing Cole Chazy, a junior, coming in for junior Brett Giroux. And we're down to 1 minute left in the contest, folks, as Cole Chazy comes up to be the striker, and Chazy leads 2-0 with under a minute to go as they bring Reynolds up to make that throw again. So by the time Reynolds gets this ball in, we're going to be down right around 45 seconds as that ball comes in. Big ball in the box, and Parishville heads it out. And Chazy's going to get another throw in. Reynolds just about 2 yards deeper than that first throw, and he's bringing the next one in. Nice big throw over in there, and Chazy playing smart and not going after him, not wanting to get the card here. We're taking the ball to the corner, trying to control, but Parishville comes away with it. The ball bounces off. The Panthers play a big ball up, and we have 15 seconds left, and I think it's safe to say that Chazy Eagles will move on to another Final Four. The defending champions move to the state Final Four, where they will meet Alfred Ullman of Section 5 in the semifinals. The other side of the bracket is their foe, Hamilton, from Section 3, who I believe will face Fort Ann from Section 2. 3 of the 4 teams are the same teams that were in the Final Four last year, and Chazy's going to Middletown as they defeat the Parishville Panthers 2-0 here in Plattsburgh. Soon we'll have the presentation of the regional champion trophy. Another great game for the Chazy Eagles as they come away and they win the region 2-0 against the Section 10 champions Parishville. Parishville played a good-hearted, spirited game. They worked hard trying to play their style to bring the ball over the top. They really didn't have a very good quality chance at Chazy. They had a couple of balls that did get into the box there, but nothing real big to get it over the top and get a real good quality shot in. So as Coach McCullough celebrates there with his team and has a little chat with them, they'll line up and we'll shake hands and we'll present that regional trophy here in just a minute.
It's going to take a few more spots after that. We're going to cross out that post-game block. Just repeat that.
Congratulations to the Parishville-Hopkinton Panthers on a great game as well as a great season.
I'm going to say like 14-15-2 is what the official will be. So as we finish up with a ceremonial handshake here at the end, and Parishville works through the referees, they are calling for the captains of the Chazy Eagles boys soccer team to the center of the field for the trophy presentation. will be conducted by Tim Mulligan, who will serve as the coordinator for Rob McCullough, who is a Section 7 coordinator. Rents the regional trophy to the Chazy Eagles. As the captains hoist the trophy, and there's again, as I said earlier, with the girls' game, there's another one for the wall there. In the Chazy High School as they continue on their winning ways. So the defending champions work their way through sectionals, they work their way through the region, and they will be going to the state Final Four in Middletown next weekend, where they will face number 5 Alfred Almond. On the other side of the bracket, they're becoming close to their foe, almost as close as Elizabethtown is number 3. Section 3, Hamilton has advanced. They're winning 1-0 over Cherry Valley Springfield yesterday, and I am told that Fort Ann has defeated Family School this afternoon and will play Hamilton on the other side of the bracket. So as we see the Chazy Eagles getting their picture with their trophy, and Calvin pans across some of the fans here. As we like to say, that's the way it was in beautiful town Plattsburgh. Chazy beating Parishville-Hopkinton Panthers 2-0 in the boys Class D Regional 2011 final. Thanks and have a good night.